Hello again. Well, I think this will be the final of these videos. I've just, well, not finished. I ran out of them in paint. But these are all the usable castings so far. I already have a new batch over there. This has just come out of the molds. They're just completely dry. But these are all that are finished. And there's a couple of them are finished being primed. Not all of them, because as I say, I just ran out of paint. I've got quite a selection. I was thinking of how to sort of sell these sets, and I was looking at doing a couple of different types of platoons, and a couple of platoons, like a platoon with an HQ and then just a platoon on its own. So I sort of modeled it on the British, US and German companies on Easy Army. So like I have one set that's will represent like a British HQ and platoon, a certain number of each type of base, and then same for the US and German. And then I have a set, or the same, so a set for each, but without the HQ in it. So the maximum number of like medium bases in a set is for the US, who have 9 squads. So I've got 14 unique medium bases, so more in excess, and I've got quite a few more here that I'm still busy, but as I say, I got busy with the casting and that, so by the time I'm finished I should have like almost 20 unique bases, medium bases, and I think it's about 5 3-man small bases, command bases, and about 10 unique 2-man bases for snipers and 2-inch mortars and peer teams and observer teams and such. And then I have what the hell, there's a blooming one that's cracked. It's amazing, I didn't even see that when it was in the white, but now that it's black I can see that crack. So those are what I want to use for like machine gun teams and small mortar teams. And part of the ones that I haven't finished yet are these, which will be sort of anti-tank gun teams. So in the end I want to offer, as I say, the platoons and HQs, and then platoons on their own, then sort of machine gun teams, light mortar teams, heavy mortar teams, anti-tank gun teams, so with that unfinished one I showed you, and then big gun teams. So I should be able to do all those. So as I say, I'm just repeating myself really. There will be the platoon and HQ, two sets, different sets of those. Then there will be 3 different platoons. Then there will be a machine gun team set. And also using that same base will be light mortar teams like 60mm and 80mm, and then up to large mortars like 120s, I think, use the large base. So those pits will be for those. And as I say, the base that hasn't been molded yet will be for anti-tank gun teams, which only use a medium base. And then I'll have these other large gun bases for bigger artillery pieces. So I should be able to cover quite well, most of the selection. Hasn't been a team that I can't see that I could cover with the selection I have. If anyone has something that springs to mind that they don't see that I've got covered, they could maybe just leave a note, and I can see what it is and maybe make that. One thing I've come to see that I'm not catering for artillery staff team, and as far as I understand, that is 4 men on a large base, and what I've seen from Battlefront, usually like a type of bunker or set up with a table and chairs and that for, the artillery high command. So that's one thing I know I am short of. But if I could find some bits and pieces to make up something interesting, I'll make one of those to go with the sets. One thing I haven't done is, I must also do, is I've got some objectives, some sort of ammo dump objectives, and I think what I must do is make molds of those as well. Anyway, as I said, this will be the final one of these. As I say, it's been a learning curve, and thanks to everyone for all their comments. Did get some help out of them. Learned some new things, and through trial and error I've learned a good number of things myself. So hopefully from now on it'll just be a matter of churning them out. Just I don't know what the lifespan of the molds are. Terrain project, you maybe can help me with that, or rubbish in, rubbish out. I don't know, is the life of a mold dependent on time, or is it dependent on the number of castings you make in the mold? Because I don't know whether I should just sort of go flat out and just mold as many castings as I can in sort of the short period of time, or whether I should just sort of wait and as and if I get orders, make up the castings. I should have enough here for a couple of platoons and HQs and so on, and initial sort of any initial orders. Yeah. Just also in this process, while I was spraying these, I was using this cheap craft paint here that I buy in my country, and as I say, it ran out, and then I want to post some photos on eBay, so I wanted a certain number done to make up the sets that I want to take photos of. So I had to dug out my Vallejo black. Maybe you can see some of these, like this one is not as matte as the others, because this is the Vallejo black. But amazing, I mean, the amount of that paint that I used, and the coverage I got was so poor. And then I didn't even fill up a whole cup on my airbrush with the Vallejo stuff, thinned down a little bit, and the amount of coverage, and especially like on the inside of these, I mean the paint was, this craft paint was just not sticking. I mean this craft paint, if you thin it down enough to spray, it just doesn't seem to adhere very well at all. So all like the inside of these and inside underneath all the detail and that, I use the Vallejo paint. So just another thing, I mean I've heard about it before and been told about it before, but I mean yeah, I had a very first-hand experience at the quality of paints. But I say that craft paint was doing well. As I said, just takes a bit of time, but also unfortunately that on this one, I think I had too many, as I say, the